Get up. Look at that snapper. And this is exactly why you stop at those spots right there. Good morning, y'all. Captain Collier here. Welcome back to the channel and another beautiful day out here on the Gulf of Mexico. We are solo on the Blackjack Coastal today, and I'll explain why here in just a minute. But y'all look at this beautiful, pristine February day we have. I mean, it just does not get any better than this right here. It is flat calm, there's no wind, and I love it. I could stay out here all day if I could and just be out here and fish and do what I'm doing today. Speaking of, I am out here by myself because today I'm finding new spots out here in the Gulf of Mexico, and here in a minute I'm fixing to show you exactly how I do that, the process, tips, and you know, some people may know about this, but it's a little hack that, you know, a lot of people just don't utilize out here, and that y'all really should if you don't, because there's a lot of public spots out here. There's probably, you know, thousands of public spots here along the Alabama Gulf Coast. I do believe we have the largest artificial reef program in the country, if not the world, but there are also hundreds, if not thousands, of private spots out here that can be found very easily, and we're fixing to show you that real quick. And then after we do that, we're going to drop some jigs and some bait down and see if we can catch some fish while we're at it. All right, so we are behind the helm now, and I'm going to zoom out on my charts and show you exactly what I'm talking about as far as reefs that we have. So hopefully y'all can see this right here. You see all these flags and these little blue stars that I have on my unit and my chart. This is public numbers. You can get this online on the Outdoor Alabama website, and they all have fish on them. Some have more than others, but you know, it just kind of depends on what time of the season you hit them, because some of them do get overfished. But we're going to zoom back in here real quick, show you where I'm at. All right, so here's our boat right here, and I've already locked in a coordinate, which is what's called a super pyramid. And all this is a concrete and limestone pyramid that's about 15 foot. Well, I'm sorry, these are about 25 foot tall. We also have smaller pyramids that are about 15 foot, either 10 or 15 foot, I can't remember. But it's a concrete limestone pyramid that I talk about all the time here on the channel while we're fishing offshore. Hold amberjack, snapper, triggerfish, beeliner, all this good stuff. But with all this being said, I picked this spot here because I know it's there, and I'm going to show you how we can find a potential private spot that we didn't know was there. So we are going to be using our transducer and our sonar. So I've got my other screen set up right here. I have a twin screen set up, obviously, and I do have a through hole transducer. I have a Airmar B175 high wide through hole transducer, and then I also have a stern mount transducer. Now, first of all, none of this is going to work if you do not have a properly mounted transducer. I will put a picture somewhere right here to show you what it should look like if you have a transom mount transducer. That's probably the most common way to mount it. And then also some boats, of course, have a through hole or both. And so step one is to have a properly mounted transducer. And so step two will be to go in your settings here on your Simrad, Garmin, Lowrance, Humminbird unit, whatever you have, and to make sure your settings are right to be able to do what we're fixing to do here. So one, you want to have your gain right. You can go in here, like I said, this is a Simrad unit. You can play with your gain. So if you've got way too much clutter while you're running, you want to just tap your gain down. You can turn the auto function off, tap the gain down until your screen is clear while you're running, okay? And then you can also play with your range. So right now we're looking at 0 to 100 foot. It's 101 feet right here. I typically like to zoom in to the bottom, let's say 60 to 100 feet. So we're trying to find a piece of structure on the bottom. We don't care about anything else up top. we're just looking at this down here. And so that's step 2, is to have your settings right. That way you can see structure while you're on plane, running from spot to spot. Or if you're like me, you come out here on these beautiful days and just spend, you know, a good 6, 7, 8 hours out here just running around, hitting a few spots, checking some things out, scouting around. It's really worth your time if you do a lot of fishing out here. And some of these spots are just absolute gold mines, because I say they are private. Somebody's probably got it already, but the less people that have it, the more fish will probably be on it. And so step 3 is we're going to get on plane, and I'm going to run over this super pyramid here that I was talking about earlier, and I'm going to show you what you need to be looking for. So step 3 is to be paying attention to your screen. While I'm out here, my eyes are glued to this screen right here, looking at it, looking at the bottom, looking for any kind of hump, anything that shows up down here. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom this in. I'm going to put it to the way that I had it. My gain should be good. I can run mine on auto, it's fine. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get up on plane. We're about a quarter mile from the spot, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. All right, we're going to go ahead and get us on plane here. Quarter of a mile. It's kind of difficult doing all this at the same time. We can make it happen though. All right, we're going to zoom in. We're going to make sure we run right over across that spot right there. I'm going to get up to about 30 miles an hour. Zoom this in a little bit more. Make sure our heading's right. Make sure we ain't going to run anything over. All right. That turn to the left. Now y'all, keep an eye on this right screen as we run over top of this spot here. Imagine you're just running out in the Gulf of Mexico and you run over this right here. Look at that. We just ran over the spot, and that's what we seen. That's all it takes. Right here. That's that super pyramid. Well, we probably ran right on the edge of it, so you're probably just seeing fish on the edge of the reef. So if I zoom out, that's what it would look like. Now typically you would actually see some structure on the bottom, but because I was kind of going all over the place holding the camera and talking, I didn't go right over top of it. So we're going to do that one more time and see if we can actually run over top of the structure. Yeah, I missed it. Yeah, you can see I missed it by just a hair. So, all right, we should hit it this time. You should see the structure. Boom. That's exactly what you want to see right there. We ran over top of it. All right, zoom out, slow down so I can show you what I'm talking about. All right. So, also, you want to have your tracks saved. You can see wherever my boat goes, there's a track. That way, if you do run over something, you'll know where that spot is. So you can see the first time that I ran through, I ran right on the edge. Now that's the edge of that reef right there. The second time, you can see I ran right over top of it. And that's exactly what you want to look for right there. Now, some units, like mine, is a touchscreen. So I'll show you what I normally do. If I ran over, just say that was a random spot out here in the Gulf of Mexico, and I don't have it saved on my unit, that means it's a private spot. So it's not publicly, the coordinates are not online publicly, so not everybody can get it unless somebody gives you the coordinates, or you ping somebody with radar, or you just find it yourself like we did right here. And so we're going to take our finger, and you can see it's still, the transducer's still going. So this is old news. This is in the past. This is future. This is right now. This was a minute ago after we ran over this spot. We're going to touch right there. Let's get right on top of it. All right, so you can see the cursor is over top of that spot. We're going to hit waypoint, and I do have the NEMA 2000 network, so all of my electronics are connected together, and you will see here that it transferred me waypointing that spot on this screen to over here on this screen, and you can see that little blue X. Hopefully you can see it, and that's what we ran over right there. Now keep in mind, you don't have to have 2 screens. It just makes it a lot easier. You can have just 1 screen, split it down the middle, have your charts on one side, have your sonar on the other side, and you can do this right here. I'm telling y'all, I find dozens and dozens of spots out here. Everybody always wanting coordinates, you know, where's the fish, you know, where are you catching all these big ones? This is it. You got to spend the time, spend the effort to come out here and do this. And you don't have to do what I'm doing today, is spend hours and hours of just running out here. But you know, when you go fishing offshore or even inshore, I found wrecks inshore, but when you come out here, just pay attention to your screen, make sure your settings are right, and you will find some new spots out here. And this does not only apply in the Gulf of Mexico, obviously. You can do this in the Atlantic, I'm sure, the Pacific. But that is it, y'all. I've been meaning to make this video for a long time. I know it can be very helpful for some of y'all. And, you know, some people may know this already, but a lot of people don't. So I'm just here to try and help people find some new spots on their own without, you know, stealing others or, you know, begging other people for their numbers. And so we're fixing to get right over the top of this spot. We're going to adjust our settings back to where we like it when we're sitting on top of a spot, say if we're reef fishing or jigging or whatever, and I'll show you what the screen looks like on this public spot. All right, we are easing up to the spot right now. As you can see, the boat is coming up on it, and we are already marking fish right here. See, we haven't marked structure yet. We haven't got on top of it. We're just about to go. Okay, here we go. So you can see that's the structure, that hard rock or hard red color, that's the structure. And this is bait, snapper, amberjack, fish, everything on top. And so you'll see when I zoom in, it blows up and gets a lot bigger. I have this on the 200 kilohertz. Let's go to the high chirp. The high chirp just makes it more clear. It'll make everything out a little more distinct. So the bottom looks good. We're gonna go ahead and drop, we'll just say we'll drop a jig down. I'm sure we're gonna catch a jack or snapper, but let's have some fun and get tight. All right, so the screen is loaded up. I've got my Goofish slow pitch rod. This is a 6.6, and I've got an Accurate Valiant 300 paired up with that. I've got 20-pound braid to 50-pound leader, and this is just a no-name jig right here. You can get off Amazon or anywhere. This is a 80 gram. I typically don't like throwing expensive jigs down here because we are close to structure. If we hook a big fish, we're probably just going to lose it on this setup around structure. But we're going to drop it down. I'm going to show y'all how long it takes to get bit on this spot right here. Never fished this spot, but I'm just looking at the screen right here. I know maybe 3 pitches and we're going to get hit. So we're about halfway right now. We're just going to watch this line. When it stops, we got a bite. We just got whacked. And we're on. Yep. Oh no, he's going to the structure. Ain't nothing I can do. Get up. I'm thumbing him. I'm thumbing the spool, trying to get it up. Don't you do it. Get up. Y'all, this probably isn't even a legal amberjack, to be honest. We're about to see, hopefully. Get up. Okay. I think we got him up enough. We can kind of play with him a little bit. Oh, I think he just got short. Did he get short? No? Yo, look at that rod bow right there. There he is. That's actually a decent amberjack. That guy would probably be legal. Look at that. That's probably a 34 incher, which is a legal amberjack if they were in season. Caught it on this little rod right here. Don't think you can't catch big fish on this setup. Granted, we are kind of off the structure a little bit. Wow, buddy, you're bigger than I thought. On the micro jig, right there. All right, let's get this hook out of you. Wow, cannot believe I just landed that fish right there, to be honest. Get a quick measurement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 34 incher right there. Let's get them back in the water real quick. They are out of season. I'm just gonna dive them in head first. Whew. And there you go. So, obviously this is a public spot. It's very known, but these are all very similar. They all hold fish. Yo, this is the screen right here. All the darker red spots, those are gonna be your bigger fish. A lot of this is probably trigger and snapper. And like I said, we are, let's see, we're 50 foot off the structure right here. That's probably why he didn't break me off, because we were a pretty good amount of ways from it. All right, y'all, so we just found our potential first spot. We're marking a little bit right here. You can see, let me zoom out a little bit. Here's my trail. There's my mark. I marked that right there. So we're gonna circle around this spot and see if we can locate the structure. See, we didn't run right over top of the structure, but that is definitely near something. So we're gonna see if we can find it, and hopefully it's loaded up with some fish. A lot of times you can just do figure eights, circle around. It's around here somewhere. We're gonna find it. All right, we're getting close. There it is, right there. It ain't a big structure, something very, very small, but that is definitely a spot that we have found. So you can see right here is my initial trail. That's where I marked it. So we ran very close to it. And so that's, you know, that's probably 60 or 70 feet away from that spot right there. But that just goes to show that it does work. So we'll drop a jig down, just see if we can catch something on it. See, that might be a chicken coop. There's a lot of chicken coops out here that people drop off. A lot of buggies, like shopping carts with center blocks attached to them. Could be an anchor, you know, a big like ship anchor or something. You really just never know. So we'll drop the camera down just to see if we can find out what it is. All right, we actually got some better looking marks now. About 30 foot off the bottom. Yeah, we're definitely gonna drop the camera down so we can find out what this is, because I'm always curious myself as to what you're looking at on the sonar versus what it actually looks like down there on the bottom. All right, we just hit bottom. Oh, and we're on. Feels like a snapper. We've got some good head shakes, tail beats. Oh, get up, get up. Dang. You never know though, there could be gag grouper, red grouper hanging out on the structure. Just gotta get them up very quick, get them away from that structure so they don't break you off. I think we got them up enough. Yeah, I think it's a good snapper. Dang, further down than I thought. All right, yeah, Big old snapper. Oh my gosh. That's a 20-pounder. Golly. Yo, look at that. Look at that snapper. And this is exactly why you stop at those spots right there. Y'all, that is a stud on the micro jig, on the goofish slow pitch setup. Holy cow. I will be marking this big snapper for this upcoming snapper season. Holy cow, let's get a quick measurement. Oh, and the dolphin's here. All right, had to put my head camera on real quick just so y'all can see how dang big this snapper is. All right, end of the tail, 0, 35-inch snapper right there. I don't know how I got this guy up. We're definitely dropping the camera down to see what kind of structure that is, but we got to hurry up, get this fish back. They're pretty hardy, so he should be good as long as we can get the hook out here. Had both assist hooks in his mouth. All right, we got to vent them real quick. All right, y'all, so if you catch a grouper or a snapper that comes up, a lot of times their air bladder will fill up with gas. You got to poke them. This is actually law. You have to have this venter on the boat. All it is a needle with an opening there. We're going to flip a scale, see if we can get this air out. I don't know if y'all can hear it. The air is coming out. I'm pushing it just to help push it out. Hopefully this dolphin don't mess with her. All right, she's good to go. I don't think this dolphin's gonna mess with this fish. All right. Ooh, she was ready to go. She's gone. Yeah, that dolphin's right there. A little too big for you, buddy, to eat. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna rig this rod up right here with just a weight and a camera. We're not gonna put any bait on. I don't wanna risk losing my camera, but we're gonna drop it down right over top of this spot and see what it is. I'm betting it's a chicken coop. All right, so we got our camera set up. We got a 10-ounce bank sinker, 30-pound monofilament. We've got our GoFish camera right here. And we've got 50-pound or 60-pound leader to 60-pound braid. Going down, we are sitting right over top of the spot. We're gonna go down nice and slow. Now, I won't be able to see what it is until I get home and edit this video, but we're gonna drop it down there and we'll find out when we get to the house. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I know I enjoyed coming out here, having a good time, enjoying this beautiful weather, catching a ton of fish, and I hope y'all learned something. I tried to make this video a little more informative than entertaining, even though hopefully y'all got a little bit of entertainment out of me getting whooped by them jacks and that snapper. But had a good time out here. If y'all enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel if you enjoy all types of saltwater fishing. Till next time, we'll see y'all back out on the water.